Alright guys, so all these bushings in here for my linkage, especially up there because that one was super bad side to side. And then this one feels really rough when I go up and down. And then I don't know about this one because the swing arm was never hooked up to it. But here it all is, all laid out here. We'll try and get it figured out. They all came in little baggies, so I gotta just take it apart and figure out what goes where. So I did, I kind of thought that it was gonna come with these ones too, but I guess that's something else, because looking at what came here, it was just like, this one, and then there's two of these ones. So it's not for the swing arm, but we can make the swing arm ones do for now. So I'm gonna get that set up to go in here. So on these, you got a seal on the outside, you got this in the center, and then you got some needle bearings, and there's two of them, at least for this one and probably that one, or maybe there's even four for that one. I'm not too sure. I just gotta get it apart and look to see how it goes. So I also gotta get this unbolted and this unbolted, and I'm gonna get them all sorted out so then I can install them. Alright guys, so I started with this rear one right here just because it was already unbolted, and so I already lined up these with the other ones that were on it, and then this is the same as that one. And now I'm gonna get these seals out so I can get the little needle bearings out of there. So I'm gonna try to use this pick here and just pop the seal out, and there you go. So now I can line up my seals here and make sure that they are the same, which they probably are these ones because they were the only small ones. So there it is. Now I can take out my little needle bearings here, I think. Okay, so let's go to this and at least take this seal off. Yeah, it's pretty stuck in there now. Come on. Oh, moving the whole thing. Alright, well, I'm gonna need to use two hands to get this out, so I'll cut back. Alright guys, so I got this bottom linkage all unbolted from there. It was just sitting in there that way. And so the one right here that held the shock is just these two little caps, I guess. I'm not sure what they're called. And then these ones, the other two, are pretty much the same. The only difference is the seals. And to get the needle bearings out, you just gotta press them out, or you can like hit a socket on them with a hammer or something like that. But they're kind of like pressed in there. So, and then I gotta get the seals off of this front one here, and I'm gonna get the bearings pressed out too. Alright guys, so here's my setup for getting those needle bearings out of this rear linkage. Even the shock one had one. I missed it before because it was dirty, but it had a seal around there with a bushing, or a needle bearing. And so there they are. I made this 2x4 and I cut a hole right in it. Here's the center, of course. And then I just find a socket that'll fit tight up against this, which that first one was 19, and then the shock one, this one was a 1932. So I don't know what that one would be, but then I just set it up like right there, and then just pounded the socket right on the needle bearing, and it'll pop right out. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. And to put them back in, I'm just gonna have it set up right there, have the bearing on the top, and then you want to use like a piece of wood because you don't want to hit directly on the bearing. And then once you get both in there, then just use like the socket to get them centered up so that you can get your seals on both sides, and then you'll be good. I mean, it's also my first time doing it, so you know, I'm just kind of guessing, but that seems like it'll work the best. And then I don't know about these seals because I took the ones out of the other one, which are right there, and those are the first ones, and they're like the same. So I don't know why these ones are wider than those. So I'll have to figure that out where the wider ones are supposed to go. So I'm gonna get those new bearings pressed in and then get back to you guys. Alright guys, so the way I did it, or the way I did these was if you just take the needle bearing and hit it, all the little bearings in it, or the rollers, will just fall out. So you gotta use like the cap for the shock one and pound it in with that on there, because this little, you know, ledge right here will hold all the bearings in there. And then these ones, after you get the first one in, you got to put this this other bearing in there, or the cylinder thing, just to make sure that none of the bearings fall out when you're doing it. And if you do mess up the first time and the bearings do come out, you can just put them all back in there. Just make sure that you get all of them, and then you can just set them all up in the circle again. And so that's all done. And now we gotta do this front one. And here, you guys can probably see how bad it is now. It just moves around. Yep. Alright. Time to get that out of there. Alright guys, so sorry I didn't record it, but to get the seals in here, those seals, I just took the old one of these and had it upside down and pressed it in there. And I'm not sure if these seals are supposed to be flush with this or not. I mean, they almost feel like they got like a little bit of play, so I don't know if they're supposed to stick out a little bit. I mean, it's my first time doing it, but I got it all done. It didn't take that long. It was only like, I don't know, I want to say like 45 minutes. Wasn't too bad at all. But to take this other one out, there's actually a Allen thing right there, so I gotta take that out, I think, to pull it out, something like that. But got this one all done, so this one in right there, I think, or there, I don't know. But that's gonna be a wrap for today. So got that linkage done, and now I just got this stuff left. Oh, I found out that these were actually for that front one, so there was more small ones for those. And then I don't know what these are for. Maybe the top shock, not sure. So we'll get that off in the next part. So here's all the old stuff, and then this block of wood actually worked really good. So that's how I did it, and it worked just fine for me. So